1 2 1 2 testing 1 2. That's good. Cool. makes sense. Number one.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
A good evening to you and yours, and welcome to live coverage of high school boys soccer on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network. From Cushman Field in good old Grand Forks, it's Grand Forks Central playing host to Fargo North. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Carminati. Happy to be here on this Tuesday evening, August 25th, 2026. Last Tuesday in the month of August. Last Tuesday, last day before school starts for Grand Forks Public Schools in 2026-2027. Tonight we've got a dandy of a matchup, a boys soccer duel between Grand Forks Central and Fargo North, the Knights playing host to the Spartans. My name's Alex Carminati. Downstairs below, our camera operator tonight, Jacob Lindemann. Happy to have Jacob along with me here on this Tuesday evening, and we should be in for a good matchup between two teams who are more in the middle of the pack of the EDC Eastern Dakota Conference standings. You have Fargo North, who in the conference is 1-1-0, 1-2-0 altogether. Grand Forks Central still looking for their first win, not just in conference play, but first win altogether in this 2026 season. Grand Forks Central entering tonight's affair is 0-0-2 in conference play, 0-1-2 overall. For the Knights, they began the season with a tough loss on the road, 5-1 against Minot on the western side of things in the conference, and then they've had back-to-back conference games with back-to-back ties. Last game that they played, we had here on KNOX Live Sports. It was a game where they were down from the start. They had to claw back to force not just a 1-1 draw through one, but they had to claw back to force a 2-2 tie at the end of two halves of action. So Grand Forks Central trying to bounce back. First game since last Thursday, so about 5 days or so that they've had off in between the last matchup and the matchup currently that will start soon. So for Grand Forks Central, we'll see what they bring to the table. They're looking for their first win of the season and again a bounce back after what was a tough tie. But I think it's fair to say in some respect it's more of a loss for Central in some respect, because they're playing a Horace team last Thursday that second game ever as a program. This is their first season altogether, West Fargo Horace, as a program for boys soccer, and Central from the get-go was flying. They had shot after shot, chance after chance, couldn't take advantage of the opportunities, and they ended up falling behind. They had to come back and tie to send it to halftime 1-1, and then eventually they trailed, and then eventually had to score a late goal to walk away with a 2-2 draw. So Central, yes, it's a tie in the books. They get a point out of it, but I'm sure in some respect it felt like a tough loss, knowing that they didn't play to their full potential, and they really sort of, didn't play to what they could have against a team in West Fargo Horace, who for the first time ever played Central in boys soccer, and for the first time ever is playing boys soccer, period, in their school history. So we'll see how Central rebounds from that. The Central Knights are taking on the Fargo North Spartans. And for the Spartans, again, as mentioned, they come in with a 1-1 record in conference play, 1-2 overall. They had a non-conference loss to begin the season, and then following that, they had a 6-0 win and then a 2-0 loss. Last game was a 2-0 loss. So for altogether, for Fargo North, it was a really just difficult loss that they had last game, knowing that they were sky high, putting up 6 goals in their only win thus far this season. So we'll see how things play out altogether for Fargo North and Grand Forks Central. We'll get to starting lineups. We'll get to a more rounded preview of this matchup between these two teams in the Spartans and the Knights. Tuesday night affair, high school boys soccer in North Dakota in good old Grand Forks at Cushman Field. My name is Alex Carminati. You are watching and listening to Grand Forks Central boys soccer on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Home. What a place. Home of the people we love and the places we know. And our home has more than 60 unique care specialties. For specialty care, your home.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Welcome back to Cushman Field in good old Grand Forks. The Grand Forks Central Knights playing host to Fargo North tonight in boys soccer. North Dakota High School boys soccer. Eastern Dakota Conference action on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. My name is Alex Carminati. Happy to be here on this Tuesday evening. Yes, I'm the new guy around town, new kid on the block, if you will, with KNOX and KNOX Live Sports. Happy to be here for this broadcast. And, of course, my man downstairs is Jacob Lindemann. Jacob, thanks for being here with me tonight. He does a great job in what he does altogether for KNOX, and he's a fine cameraman to say the least. So looking forward to working with him this evening. So when it comes to Grand Forks Central, as mentioned in our first segment, if you will, Central comes in winless. They are still looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-2 in conference play. They are altogether 0-1-2 on the 2026 season. And Central coming into the year, if you look back at the preseason poll, second to last was their expectation to finish this year when you look at that poll. As of right now, they are in 5th place in the conference altogether. We don't have a graphic for it, but just to look at the overall EDC boys soccer standings at this point, still very early in the year, but a couple games in. Fargo South, defending state champs, they are 2-0 in conference play, 2-0 altogether. They're in first. Fargo Davies is in second. They're 1-0-1, 2-0-1 overall. West Fargo Cheyenne is in third place, 1-1, and they are 1-1 overall. When you look at the point total as well, Fargo South, 6 total points. Of course, when you get a win, it is 3 points. Now that Fargo South is 2-0-0, it's 6 points respectively, and both wins have been in conference play for the defending state champs who beat Grand Forks Red River last October for the State A title in 2025. So Fargo South 2-0 in the EDC. They have 6 points. Fargo Davies has 4 points, 1-0-1, second place overall in the standings at this point. West Fargo Cheyenne in third place at 1-1-0, 3 points. They're 1-1-0 altogether and 1-1-0 in conference play. They are in third, really in a tie. But if you look at the alphabetical order, or you look at the overall standings, regardless of how you view it, West Fargo Cheyenne is in third. Fargo North is 1-1-0. But when you look at the overall record, 1-2-0 is Fargo North. That's why they're in fourth place. So when you look at the EDC standings, yes, it's a tie for third, if you will. But when they're listed, West Fargo Cheyenne third place, 1-1-0, 3 points, 1-1-0 altogether. Fargo North fourth place right now in the EDC, 1-1-0, 3 points in conference play, but 1-2-0 overall so far in the 2026 campaign. After Fargo North, Grand Forks Central. They are 5th right now in the conference, and they are 0-0-2, and they have 2 points with the 2 ties they've had in their last 2 matchups, especially last Thursday against West Fargo Horace. So that is where Grand Forks Central is. They are 5th, and again, overall, 0-1-2 to begin this season. You have West Fargo High in 6th. They are 0-0-1 with 1 point. 0-0-1 is their record overall. Shanley is 0-1-1, 1 point. Again, 0-1-1 is the record overall. Shanley is in 7th place. West Fargo Horace, the team that Grand Forks Central tied with last Thursday. Horace second to last right now at 0-1-1 with 1 point. 0-1-1 altogether. They are in second to last place in the EDC standings. And then Grand Forks Red River, yet to find a win so far this year. They are 0-1-0. They're in last place right now with 0 points when it comes to EDC point totals, and overall the record is 0-2. With that being the case with the standings, here are the other matches happening throughout the conference tonight on this side of the state. Fargo North, of course, playing at Grand Forks Central. That's the matchup we have here on KNOX Live Sports. You have Shanley going to Fargo Davies tonight. Fargo South is going to be at West Fargo Horace. Grand Forks Red River going to West Fargo High. Red River on the road throughout this week. Central at home throughout this week. And you have Red River on the road. They are playing at West Fargo High tonight. West Fargo Cheyenne has the bye, if you will. Coming up on Thursday, it will be Central at home here at Cushman Field. They're taking on Shanley. Red River on Thursday. Later in the week, we'll go to West Fargo Horace. Fargo Davies will go to West Fargo Cheyenne Thursday. Also Thursday night, Fargo North after they play Central here tonight. Fargo North on Thursday will go to West Fargo High for their matchup later in the week. So that's what the schedule looks like, if you will, later on throughout the week. And when it comes to the bye team, if you will, Fargo South, defending state champs, they are on the bye when Thursday comes around. So that's a look at the overall standings, a little bit more for you, plus the schedule altogether, what's coming up in this last week of August for high school soccer. Should I say last full week, if you will, if you don't include the weekend, for these couple of games that are coming up for teams like Central and the rest. Next week already, next Tuesday already, is September 1st. Tomorrow, Grand Forks Central and Red River, they begin the school year. And then a week from today, our friends over at East Grand Forks and those in Sacred Heart, they will begin their school year over in Minnesota. So back to schools right here. It's right around the corner for some. It's already started for others. Thompson, of course, they began their school year last week. If you want to include colleges, UND had their first full day of classes today. Classes started yesterday altogether at the University of North Dakota here in Grand Forks. So UND's back in full swing. Thompson's in full swing high school-wise. Grand Forks Public Schools back in full swing tomorrow officially, and then our friends over on the east side, East Grand Forks and Sacred Heart, begin their school years next week. So with that in mind, we'll take another break, and then when we come back, we will have starting lineups. We'll tell you who's in the lineup for Central, who's in the lineup for Fargo North on this Tuesday night here in Grand Forks at Cushman Field. My name's Alex Carminati. Happy to be here with you on KNOX Live Sports. Looking forward to calling this incredible scenery that we have, and especially looking forward to calling a very good game between Fargo North and Grand Forks Central. This is North Dakota High School boys soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Will step aside, be back with more following these messages.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
You have a live matchup coming up momentarily between the two teams that we'll be talking about tonight, especially when they take the pitch in a few moments from now. Those two teams are Grand Forks Central and Fargo North. My name's Alex Carminati. Happy to be here at Cushman Field. Let's go through the starting lineups. We'll start with the road team, Fargo North. Again, as mentioned before, 1-1-0 in the EDC, 1-2-0 overall on the young season. They are fourth right now in the conference standings. Their starting lineup is as followed. Goalkeeper Andrew Colasar will get the start between the pipes. You also have Kamal Hudson, who is starting. He is going to be a forward tonight for Fargo North. Miles Jackson, also a forward for Fargo North. Bauer Torres playing defense. He's starting. Emmett Tracy, he's a midfielder. Bennett Meyer, Luca Meyer, Mark Meyer, all in the lineup. Bennett Meyer is a forward. Luca Meyer is a midfielder. Mark Meyer is a forward. Matthew Haugo is also starting. He's a forward for Fargo North. Cormac Nagel plays D for the Spartans, also in the lineup. And last but not least, Eli Erickson playing defense for the Spartans. The head coach for Fargo North, Ian Costello. For Grand Forks Central, their starting lineup is as follows. Jack Carls, the senior, he is between the pipes for the Knights this evening. Bryce Carenta playing the midfield position. He will be starting for Grand Forks Central. Grant Harrison starting on defense. Joe Clevin also starting on defense. You have Zachariah Alshami. He's playing the midfield position. Nabi Adorego, he will be playing forward for Grand Forks Central. You also have Matthew Hodney. He's playing midfielder and starting for Grand Forks Central. Adam Alat, the 8th grader, plays the midfield position starting for Grand Forks. Dalvin Samuel playing defense for the Knights, starting in that position tonight. Cole Tanabe plays the midfield position. He is starting for Grand Forks Central. Last but not least, Captain Lucas Weber, junior captain, playing the midfield position for the Central Knights. Head coach for the Knights, Austin Engler. He's the head coach for Grand Forks Central. And the Knights, they come in 0-2 in the EDC, 0-1-2 overall, currently in 5th place in the conference standings entering tonight's affair. So that's where things look when it comes to the starting lineup for both of these teams this evening. We'll see exactly what we get come the pitch. We still got about 10 minutes or so before we get to the opening kick between these two teams. You have Fargo North and Grand Forks Central tonight on KNOX Live Sports. It's going to get more busy as we go along here, especially next week, because next week you have the football season starting for East Grand Forks. That'll be our first football broadcast we have for this year in 2026-2027 for high school sports action. Jacob Lindemann, my man downstairs, running the camera tonight. He'll be on the call for East Grand Forks' opening season match at home when they play host to Staples Motley a week from this upcoming Thursday. A week from this upcoming Friday, I and Sam Jensen will have the call for Grand Forks Red River football. They'll be playing host to St. Mary's here at Cushman Field. Of course, coming up later in the week, it is Central and Red River football, both starting their respective seasons, both teams on the road. You have Central at St. Mary's Bismarck. Red River goes to West Fargo Horace. Both games on the road this Friday towards the end of the month of August. So the North Dakota teams in Central and Red River, of course, for Grand Forks, they begin their seasons on Friday this week. Next Thursday, September 3rd, East Grand Forks starts their season, of course, in Minnesota. They will play host to Staples Motley a week from this upcoming Thursday. So looking forward to covering football. Of course, soccer, our first sport to cover at this point in the school year. And the school year hasn't technically started for the Grand Forks students. It begins tomorrow. And then next week, East Grand Forks students and Sacred Heart students get underway for the 2026-2027 school year. So as that's the case over there on the east side here in Grand Forks, tomorrow is the day when these students begin another year of learning and education. And the sports season started already, but the sports and the learning go hand in hand officially starting tomorrow. So we'll see how things go in the classroom for them on top of on the pitch throughout the season for the Knights boys soccer team. Again, they're still looking for their first win of the campaign. We'll see if they can get the win tonight at the expense of Fargo North. And as mentioned before, Fargo North is 4th right now in the conference standings. Behind them in 5th place is Grand Forks Central, the team playing Fargo North tonight. We'll take another break. We'll eventually come back with some more. We'll get closer to the national anthem and get close to the start of this game. Tuesday night affair, Grand Forks Central v. Fargo North, North Dakota High School Boys Soccer. On the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Blazing wings and a pick six for $19.99. Careful, those babies are muy picante.
I can handle the heat. You want to try it? Here.
Hey, you're right. It's really not that. Oh, too spicy, too spicy.
You'll be all right.
Pick six meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
You can always count on Blue Peak. For video calling, for gaming, for business, for everything you love. Get affordable gig plans and switch to Blue Peak today. Visit mybluepeak.com. It's the internet that brings us together.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Home. What a place. Home of the people we love and the places we know. And our home has more than 60 unique care specialties. For specialty care, your home.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Welcome back to Cushman Field here in Grand Forks. Starting lineups are being introduced to the public right now. National anthem played during our commercial break. Just about the top of the hour, 6:58, scheduled for a 7 o'clock start time here in Grand Forks between the Knights and the Spartans, high school boys soccer. We mentioned the lineups earlier in the broadcast, but we'll mention it one more time for those that might be just tuning in. Fargo North starting lineup is as follows. Andrew Colasar is the goalkeeper for Fargo North. Kamal Hudson playing forward. He is starting, as is Miles Jackson starting and playing forward. Bauer Torres on defense. Emmett Tracy at the midfield position. Bennett Meyer playing forward. Luca Meyer playing forward, midfield. Mark Meyer playing forward. Matthew Halgo playing forward, as is Cormac Nagel. Eli Erickson is on defense. Cormac Nagel, is on defense. The head coach for Fargo North is Ian Costello. Starting lineup is as follows for Grand Forks Central. Jack Carls is the goalkeeper. Bryce Corinta is playing midfield. Grant Harrison on defense. Joe Clevin also on defense. Zachariah Alshami, he is going to be playing at the midfield position. Nabi Adorego, he is playing the forward position. Matthew Hodney, he is the midfielder, one of many for Grand Forks Central tonight. Ada Malott, an 8th grader, playing at the midfield spot. Dalvin Samuel on defense. Cole Tanabe at the midfield position. Lucas Weber also at the midfield position. The head coach for Grand Forks Central, Austin Englerth. So both teams getting ready to rock and roll. You can see on your screen Central taking one final huddle towards their bench, getting themselves ready for this matchup. Another home game for Central. Still looking for their first one of the season. A couple days ago, last week, 5 days ago to be exact, Central and Horace tied 2-2 in a game where Horace had 2 different leads. Central never led in that eventual draw. Central takes the pitch now. They're getting set. They will go left to right on your screen in half number 1. Then they'll go the other way, right to left, in half number 2. Fargo North, the road team in their white jerseys, they will start with possession of the ball. And the one who will do the honors to get us underway, Mark Meyer, will do that once the whistle blows and the game begins. So Mark Meyer, he is a sophomore for Fargo North. Once he kicks it back to his teammates, we'll get underway for this matchup. And here we go. It is 7 o'clock, and now we are ready for high school boys soccer on KNOX Live Sports. Couple touches here and there, and now Fargo North has it. It is going to be Kamal Hudson who heads it around, but eventually is taken away by Central. Grand Forks Central again, left to right on your screen right now, just getting started here in this match between both of these teams. Maneuvering around with it is Ada Malott, the 8th grader for Central. Player goes down for Fargo North. That is going to be Hudson, but play continues. Central was going down the field with it. They did not have exact possession of it in bounds. It was Lucas Weber who took a step too far out of play, and eventually that is where Central will give it up, and now it will be Fargo North who will throw it in as they're going right to left on your screen. Thrown in by the Spartans, bouncing around, deflects off a defender of Grand Forks Central. Another throw-in coming in. Man who did it moments ago will do it again. That is going to be Cormac Nagel for the Spartans. Fargo North, they again are 1-2-0 overall, 1-1-0 in conference play. Grand Forks Central 0-2 in conference play, 0-1-2 overall in this young season. Nagel throws it in again, this time in Central territory. It's going to be booted away by Grand Forks Central's Joe Clevin. And as we continue play, we're about a minute and a half in here. It'll be a low dribbler that's scooped up by the goalkeeper in Andrew Colasar. So we're doing a manual clock here tonight. And if I fall behind in the keeping of time, I apologize ahead of time. But as of right now, it is Central and Red River. Still early in this game, nearly 2 minutes in. No score. Central on the move. They have possession. Good pickpocket there by Mark Meyer, but not enough as it's kept by the Knights. Moving with it, far left corner. Grand Forks Central trying to get across as a shot is blocked. Both players in that area fall down, finally booted away by Fargo North, but not far enough. It's kept in by the Knights. Deflected a couple times, finally taken down. Here's Malott with it, fires one in front. That's going to be blocked away and taken now by Hudson. Hudson for Fargo North, speeding the other way, passes it down the field, intercepted by a defender. That's Cole Tanabe who takes it, then eventually goes out of bounds off of him, and here's a throw-in now for the Spartans. Near midfield, bit of a risky throw-in. Weber got a lot of that ball. He boots it down all the way towards the netminder, who was well out of his crease, Andrew Colasar for Fargo North. The ball eventually rolls out of bounds, but the goalie will pick it up for his team. It'll be a goaltender kick as we resume play here. Here's the boot by Colasar. Laced down, not strong enough yet, and eventually it's taken away by Fargo North, but Central gets it right back. A couple pickpockets and pokes here and there. Adorego has possession, bounces around with it, goes in reverse, tips it over to a teammate. That's going to be Grant Harrison. Harrison tries to fire one up the middle. It's taken away by Fargo North, and here they go the other way on your screen. It's going to be Emmett Tracy moving past the midfield, firing one down. Defender tries to get back there with Hudson, who is racing towards that right corner. Hudson's got possession, far right corner of your screen. Tries to forward it towards the middle. It's taken away by Central. Grand Forks trying to go the other way with it, but Fargo North, another pickpocket. Hudson, who is behind the play, gets it back for his team. A couple bounces here and there, finally taken back by Fargo North as Central had it for a moment. Weber is there. Now it's going to be taken by Zachariah Alshami. Alshami's got the possession as we're about 3.5 minutes in or so. Again, the clock is about 20 some odd seconds behind. Apologies for that. Anyway, ball goes out of bounds, and here's a throw-in for Central. Adorego will chuck one towards the Fargo North bench, running down the sideline, trying to keep it is going to be Grand Forks Central. They exactly do that. Give and go situation, pass too far of a stretch. Colasar is able to pick it up, and he will regroup for his team. I believe that was Bryce Corinta, the intended target there. Pardon me, that was Matthew Hodney, but regardless, Fargo North is able to send it down the field. And now Grand Forks Central trying to get in their own zone. A player stumbles. Does it touch him? No, it does not. It goes out of bounds off Fargo North. That could have been a little risky there. Dalvin Samuel was going far back for that when he slipped and fell. Thankfully did not touch it as the ball was trickling out of play. So it will be a goal kick as Jack Carls will come far from his crease near the Grand Forks Central bench to do the honors and keep this game going. But a whistle is blown. Not everybody was ready yet. Carls boots it down the field, but at that point it's like, okay, what's going on here? And we'll have to do this all again. Clock here at Cushman Field at 35:03. So we're a couple seconds behind. Apologies for that. So the clock will be stopped now as the official calls for it. 34:57 is where the clock will stop. So let's see if we can hopefully catch up with that. Looks like it's going to be a meeting between, looks like the Grand Forks Central head coach Austin Englerth and the referees, but play is going to be halted here. Not sure exactly what could have halted play, but there's going to be some kind of discussion between Grand Forks Central head coach Austin Englerth and the officials. Not exactly what exactly could have stopped it. Maybe something with the field. I'm not quite sure. But I do know is that play is halted right now as the coach you see on your screen has come all the way from his respective bench to come onto the field, talk with two of the officials. Now he might get the third one involved. And we'll see exactly what this is all about. Anyway, if you're just joining us, no score. 34:57 on the scoreboard here at Cushman Field. Looks like something with the field. I can't quite see exactly what it is. Maybe some type of dirt. I'm not sure what exactly, but they're trying to spray that out and trying to clear it up. As you can see, A coach there using a Gatorade bottle to spray the field, making sure to get it, good enough for all the players to play on, to make sure nothing happens, injuries, God forbid, or issues with the field as the game goes along. So that's why we had the delay. Anyway, I think we're ready to rock and roll after that very interesting time where the game was on hold. And that's apparently why the game was on hold for that brief period of time. I've never seen something like that. I'm actually calling a soccer game for the first time in about 3 years. But in the soccer games I've called, I've never seen a stop like that, where something on the field, coach takes a water bottle, sprays the field, trying to clear it up in that capacity. I've never seen that before, so that's a new for me, I guess. Anyway, Jack Carls will now get set to kick it. That's why play stopped. And now play will resume. And now we are underway again as Carls will send it down, booted off the head of a Fargo North player, tapped around, ball is trickling out of play, and eventually it will go off of Central, and Fargo North will get it back. They'll have a throw-in by their bench. Just about 4 minutes and change into this matchup, or 5 minutes and change, as there's no score between Central and Fargo North. A team in Fargo North who is 4th in the conference, and Central who's 5th right behind them in the standings. Very young season at this point. Grand Forks Central still looking for their first win, not just in conference play but overall. Fargo North trying to get their second win in a span of 3 matchups. Nabi Odorago, he has possession, goes past the midfield. He still bounces around with it after a pass. Now it's backed up by a teammate. Now it goes around the corner. Here's Weber sprinting with it. Give and go with Odorago. He's on the left corner, tries to get around defenders, spins around. 2 defenders are around him, tries to chip it, goes off a defender. Another shot towards the net, ends up getting cleaned up there. And now it's going to be the goalie scooping it up. That is Andrew Colasar. He has possession, and he'll get set to boot it. So a chance there for Central. Not enough, though, to lead to a score. A couple maneuvers around, trying to set some pieces up, but unable to capitalize on what was an early chance. Ball eventually goes out of bounds off of Central. Here comes a throw-in for Fargo North, and it will be Central getting it back. Fargo North will have to play defense now, as here's a throw-in coming for Central. It's fired down the field. 2 men, 1 from each team racing for it. Hodney trying to get the loose ball. Eventually trickles its way towards the goalkeeper. It's Colasar who scoops it up, and he will get things restarted as he'll get set to boot again. So we're about 7 minutes into this contest. 0-0 is your score. Central, Fargo North, boys soccer on KNOX Live Sports. Central was going forward moments ago. Now they're going backwards on defense. An eventual chip that goes out of play towards their bench. And here's Fargo North with a throw-in. Here's the throw-in. Tap it around. Knocked down by Clevin. Clevin will give on over. Here's Central trying to get something going again. On the move is Tanabe. Tanabe tries to fancy one forward off the head of a defender. Up in the air it goes. Another header. Finally played down. Too strong, though, to get a chance going for Central as it's popped up in the air again. Hudson ends up coming up with it. Now it's going to be Miles Jackson who's got possession. Miles Jackson, a freshman, had it for a moment, lost it. Now it's going to be a throw-in for Central as we'll resume play in a couple of moments here. 32:07 to go in the half. Throw-in, too far of a stretch for the intended target. That was Hodney down the field. And it's going to be Grand Forks Central keeping it, though, as it last touched a Fargo North player. It goes out of play. Here comes a corner for the Knights, their first of the evening. First for either team here, as we got 31:47 to go. So no score, but Central had a chance earlier, couldn't capitalize. Here's an opportunity to maybe strike first blood. Be a corner kick opportunity for Grand Forks Central. Looks like Joe Clevin will do the honors. Clevin, one of the senior captains on the roster, will boot it towards the net, sends it across, hits the bar, loose chance, blocked, and eventually they called the play dead because it did not hit the crossbar of the net. It hit the upright of the goal post, and that's the wrong kind of football you want to play here. So it eventually goes out of play officially, and now it's going to be Fargo North going the other way with it. Good opportunity for Central once again. They're unable to take advantage. So a throw-in now for Central as Fargo North eventually lets it goes out of bounds. It touched a Fargo North player last again. Here comes a throw-in coming. Lucas Weber will do the honors. Weber on your screen, fires it, looking for Hodney. Hodney, after a couple bounces, tries to pick it up. It's eventually sent towards the goalkeeper for Fargo North and Colasar. A couple more deflections. Eventually it gets booted out of play by a Spartan defender. Here comes another throw-in for the Knights. It's Tanabe. Right side of the field on your screen, throws it in, takes a couple bounces once again, cleared away, not far enough, kept in. That's Harrison who does that. Harrison to Tanabe. Tanabe gets pickpocketed, still trying to keep with the play, battling, having a foot war with his opponent there. That is Bennett Meyer. Now it's kept. Tanabe once again had it for a moment, then loses it. It gets cleared out of bounds. It's going to be another corner for Central, this time on the opposite side of the field. They had a corner from the left, now a corner from the right. It'll be a throw-in instead, rather. Header towards the net, looking for a teammate. Nobody there. Good header by Hodney. Might have been looking for Adarego, but they were not on the same page there. Central still has it. Shot on net. What a stop there. And he is able to turn it away, but a corner coming up for Central. So here comes the corner now. Clevin will do the honors. This time on the right side. 29:20 to go in this first half. Here's the boot, sent across, header too high for Hodney. Still in play, but it trickles slowly out of bounds, and here's a throw-in coming now for the Spartans. So a good opportunity there. See if we can get that replay for you. I think I just missed it, so apologies for that. But regardless, a good opportunity there for Central once again, but that time unable to capitalize. Central keeps it alive, though, in their territory. Weber fires a shot. Goalkeeper Colasar just lets it go by him out of bounds, and it'll be a kick now for Fargo North. Free kick will reset play. .28:30 to go in the opening half. No score between these two teams. Eastern Dakota Conference duel at Cushman Field. After the kick, headed down, couple more bounces, finally flickered around. Here is Jackson trying to get a handle on it. He takes a bounce off the head as he almost collided with Tanabe. And now here's a throw-in for Jackson looking for a teammate. He will find Hudson. Hudson and Jackson, maybe a give and go. No, a pass instead to Mark Meyer. Meyer stays with it, moves towards his left. He gets pickpocketed. Lucas Weber's got possession. Weber sends it down the field. Hodney trying to race for it in a battle with Luca Meyer. Eventually goes out of bounds. Here's a throw-in for Central near the Fargo North bench. Here's the throw-in, but it's taken away by Fargo North. Cleared down past the midfield. Clevin keeps it for Central and now gives over to a teammate. That's Zachariah Alshami. Alshami, a give and go. Possible opportunity for Central. Once again, not able to get a full grasp on it. And now here is going to be Fargo North. Staying with the play there, going to be Meyer. It's poked around, eventually goes out of bounds off of Central, and now it will be Fargo North with a throw-in right by their own bench. 27:15 to go in the opening half, no score. Here's the throw-in. Weber heads it down. Loose ball picked up by the Spartans. Here's a cross on over. Pass down the field looking for Jackson from the feet of Nagel. That pass not on target. Couple flickers around. Now it's going to be taken by Malat, the 8th grader, starting on varsity. Looks for a teammate. Too far out of reach there for Nabi Adarego. It goes out of play off of Central, and a goal kick, more like a free kick in front of the goal coming for the Spartans. I think we might have a substitution, though, coming for Central here. So right now, play will continue as is. Here's the boot, but it's kept in by Weber. Weber had it for a moment, lost it, tries to stay with it. Teammate backs him up, now a whistle, and they'll call a foul. As Weber got an arm around the upper body area, maybe even the face of Emmett Tracy. That's a foul any day of the week, and now it's going to be a free kick for Fargo North. 26 and change to go in this opening half, no score. Fargo North and Grand Forks Central. We'll have a free kick for the Spartans. Eli Erickson will do the honors. He lasers it down. Off a couple bounces. Finally scooped up by Central. On the move there is going to be Corinta. Corinta spins around, lost possession, but backed up by a teammate. Tanabe has it, and a give and go with Harrison. Harrison fires it down. Adarego tries to get it. Malat tries to play it down in his stead. And now after a couple more bounces, settled down by Weber. Lucas Weber on the move, moving towards his left, shakes left again, tries to find a teammate, passes deflected, swiped away by Fargo North after that, cleared all the way towards the Central bench, and out of bounds once again the ball goes. So before we get a throw in for Central, here comes some substitutions.
And for the next number 10, Zach Muhammad, and number 24, Brady Bohan.
So we have Brady Bohan and Zachariah Muhammad checking in for Central. No score, 25 and change to go in the opening half between these two teams. Teams that are 4 and 5 respectively in the conference right now. Fargo North is in 4th and Central in 5th. After the throw-in, it's headed out of bounds. We'll have another throw-in, this time by the Fargo North bench. Central does the honors. Header one more time, eventually going out of play. It touches a Central player last. And here comes a goal kick for the Spartans. It'll be Andrew Colasar doing the honors. Here's the boot, sent down over the head of two players. Jackson tries to settle it. Meyer tries to stay with it. Weber gets a piece of it. Finally booted down by Fargo North after all of that. It's going to be in Central territory, taking a few bounces, headed up, played off a foot, headed down again, staying with the play as Meyer. He spins around, lost it for a moment, backed up by a teammate. Good play there defensively, staying with it is Central. That is Zachariah Alshami staying with the play the entire time and not giving Fargo North a chance there to make an opportunity out of something. Shaking around still. Here's Fargo North. Fast break. Jackson has possession, has a hard time handling it. Stays with it, though. Shot that goes way wide. Great opportunity, and just missing a chance of a 1-0 lead is Fargo North right there. Miles Jackson with the best chance of the game for either squad, right in front of the net, and Carls can breathe because that goes wide right. See if we can get the replay here on that one. Really great opportunity. Fargo North moving along with it as they continue to track it down. It's Jackson there, has it, tries to fire, spins, just misses the net, and with that situation, it could have been 1-0, but it remains scoreless. Jackson, a really neat opportunity, unable to cash in, though. Fargo North in their own zone, spinning around. It's going to be Emmett Tracy doing that. Tries to get over to a teammate. It's eventually lasered down, but it goes out of play off of the Spartans. A throw-in coming for Central. Here comes another substitution as well. Hamza Salad will check in to the game for Grand Forks Central. Central will throw it in right by their bench. 22:40 left in this opening frame. No score. Spartans, Knights, KNOX Live Sports, North Dakota High School Boys Soccer. Jacob Lindemann is the camera operator tonight. My name's Alex Carminati. Happy to be here on this Tuesday evening covering some boys soccer on KNOX. Ball eventually goes out of play off of Central. Substitution, though, coming for Fargo North. We'll see who comes in and who will be taken out. Looks like it will be Miles Jackson, the man who had that great scoring chance moments ago. He will head to the bench. Taking his spot is going to be Atem Atem. So after the throw-in, a couple more bounces up in the air, finally settled down. Central still trying to get a hold of it after Fargo North had it, then lost it. Battle for it, crashing down is not one, but two Grand Forks defenders. Grand Forks wanted to foul against Fargo North. Fargo North wanted to foul against Central, and something called in their favor, but that's not going to happen. And now Carls will boot it down, and here's a chance for Central. Off a funny bounce, but able to keep it in are the Knights. On the move, that's Hodney. Bounce pass, shot, that's going towards the net. Loose chance opportunity, can't settle it down, and Fargo North will clear. Oh, what a great chance for Central. Couple of bodies, couple moving parts. At the end of the day, it was a chance for Hamza Salad towards the left side of your screen. He's unable to get a foot on it. Really great opportunity. Let's see if we can see that one more time. So as they move along here, it is Central keeping it alive. A pass over to Hodney. He's on the move. Fancy back pass. Shot towards the net. Maybe getting a piece of it is the goalie. And then another opportunity. The shot does not get off, and it's cleared away by Fargo North. Really great situation, but for Fargo North, they catch a break, and it remains 0-0. Here comes a throw-in for Central. Couple of headers, and now it will be deflected out of play off of Central again. And here's a kick coming for Colasar. Booted down, tappered away, and eventually off ahead of Clevin. And now it's going to be tapped a couple more times. Gabriel Puente also in the game now for Grand Forks Central. He touched it last. Tanabe has possession. He gets past half field. Here is Tanabe on the move. Grand Forks Central trying to get something going again. A pass down for Salat is too far of a stretch. It goes out of bounds, and a throw-in now for Fargo North. Jackson's going to re-enter for Fargo North. He will take the place of Matthew Haugo. Miles Jackson, who had the best scoring chance for Fargo North, he returns to the matchup. Throw into Atem. He'll give on over. He passes to Bennett Meyer. Meyer gives to a teammate. It's eventually cleared out of bounds. Bouncing all the way to the crowd. And the fan will give it back nicely to those who are the ball handlers this evening. Colton Abbey's got possession. He will throw it in, looking for Salat. It's booted away and now taken. But now Central gets it back. Central keeps it alive in Fargo North territory. After a couple bounces, staying with it there is going to be Bohan. Bohan, an 8th grader, 2 8th graders at least on the varsity roster here for Grand Forks Central as the Knights continue to maneuver around. It eventually gets deflected out of play off a Fargo North defender, and here's a throw-in on the far left side of the field in Fargo North territory. So Ben Larson will now come in for Grand Forks Central. He'll take the place of Hodney. Central, meanwhile, had a throw-in, goes off them last, and Fargo North will now throw it in and kick around to resume play. Central once again lasers it down the field, goes out of bounds towards the Fargo North bench, and here's a throw-in for the Spartans. Jackson, surrounded by 4 Central jerseys, is able to keep the play somewhat alive for Fargo North. You also have his pal Kamal Hudson with him. But now it's going to be a battle for the ball near the Fargo North bench. Staying around with it is Weber. On that left side, tries to cross it over. Pass is deflected. Muhammad tries to keep it. Eventually it's cleared away by Fargo North. And now it will be Fargo North with a kick to resume action. We'll do the kick, or pardon me, a throw-in now. You can see him there on your screen, right in the middle of it. Throw down. And a loose ball. Central had it for a moment. Couldn't get a full grasp. And now here's Fargo North setting it down the other way. Possible 2-on-1. Staying with it. Jackson is flying with it right now. He's got Hudson. He's got Atem. A shot! That's no good. Hits off the post of the uprights. Another great fast break chance for Fargo North. And they come up empty. Jackson with a fast break. He shoots wide. Atem goes too high. And out of play it goes. See that one more time if we can here quickly as Carls gets set to reboot the ball into play. So we get a fast break for Fargo North. Jackson fires over. Atem, nice shot, but he couldn't get full control where he wanted to go with it, and it goes out of play. But now here's Atem one more time. Deflected away, though, defensively by Grand Forks Central. It goes out of bounds. Here's a throw-in for Fargo North on the left side of the field in Central territory. 16:40 left in the opening half. Still no score between these two teams. Throw-in, booted up. Carls didn't have it. Defender Tanabe gets instead. Shot opportunity, a block by one of the men in front of Carls, who now scoops it up, and he'll get set to restart. So that wall in front bails out the goalie for a moment there. Now it's sent all the way down the opposite side of the field. Jackson's got possession, maneuvers around with it, lost it for a moment, hopping around is Central, still trying to get full possession of it, dancing around Al-Shami is going to be Jackson. It eventually goes out of play off of Fargo North, and now a throw in for Central once again. That's too high for Muhammad. Goes out of bounds. Here's a throw-in coming for Fargo North, this time by their own bench. 15 and change to go in the opening half, still scoreless. A lot of chances for both sides in this game. Neither team yet to strike first. So Haugo will throw things in. Couple more deflections. Jackson tries to fancy one forward. It eventually goes straight to Carls. He'll scoop it up out of his cage, take his time, and eventually boot it away. Here's the boot. Carls does it past midfield. Header by a Fargo North player as Atem finally picks it up, and he gives it over to a teammate. That's going to be Mark Meyer. Meyer looking for Jackson again. Jackson sprinting. Carls, what a block! Rebound chance, knocked away! Oh, what another sticky situation. There's a player down. That's Jackson who had the opportunity. He is now injured near the crease for Grand Forks goalie Jack Carls. Jackson is still down, and he might need some medical attention. Another fast break situation for Fargo North. Let's see if we can pull it up here quickly. Jackson being tended to as we speak, but a great opportunity right in front. Jackson colliding there with Carls. Carls was fine with it. Jackson went down, still lingering on the field is Jackson. He's now sitting up, but you can tell that was a pretty hefty collision, that it knocked the wind out of him for a moment, and hopefully he's okay. He'll be tended to. So with that, the clock has stopped. Should be 14:52. Apologies for that. But for Jackson, he is back on his feet. He'll walk it off. But another great scoring chance. Jackson on the second end of that collision with Carls. That was his second scoring opportunity of this half. I'm going to pull it up one more time. Meyer just fires it down the middle. Jackson sprinting. Carls and him collide. Jackson down on the field. You can see there on your screen, lingering in pain afterwards. Now he's okay, thankfully, and he'll just take a chill pill and go back to his bench. He'll get a sub for him. Grand Forks Central, meanwhile, will have some subs come in themselves. 14 and change to go. And for Grand Forks Central and Fargo North, it's been a fast-paced second half of the first half. Kind of feeling each other out first half or so of this first half. And as we've gone along, both teams have had their chances and they've had their opportunities, but nothing so far on the score sheet. So play resumes. Free kick sent down. He'll be booted up in the air. Playable for Fargo North. Headed down. Grand Forks Central trying to get it out of their zone. Here's a maneuver and a shot that gets blocked. That was going to be a chance for Emmett Tracy that gets turned away. Another couple fancies, and eventually it's booted on over to Salad. Salad, though, had a hard time handling it. It's kept by Fargo North for now. Salad eventually pokes it out of play, though they say it touched Fargo North last. Here's a throw-in for Central. So a throw-in now for Central. Looks like Lucas Carter, or pardon me, that is Zachariah Al-Shami, who looks to throw it in. Tanabe now tries to throw it in, looking for Salad, looking for a teammate, period. Salad picks it up. Salad, rolling chance, easily scooped up by Colasar, and he'll take his time and now boot it away. Booted up in the air, deflected by Harrison. Eventually settled down by Fargo North, but pickpocketed. On the move, Samuel fires one down, looking for a teammate. Muhammad trying to get past the defense there. Muhammad staying with the play, battling towards the goalkeeper's line, and eventually it will go out of bounds, and here comes Colasar with the kick-up coming. Towards the line of the goalkeeper's net there is a battle there between Muhammad and Luca Meyer. Eventually it's settled down after a boot. Here is going to be Harrison with possession. Harrison takes it, swings it around, gets it back, now tries to fancy it once more, but it's now taken again by North. But Fargo North has a hard time holding it. Going back and forth, it's like a ping-pong ball recently those past couple seconds. It eventually goes out of play off the Spartans. Here's a throw-in for the Knights. Substitution, though, coming in for Grand Forks. Lucas Weber returns. And it also looks like Cyrus Boy has entered the game for the first time tonight as well for Central. Throw-in coming for the Knights. Here is Fargo North the other way. As Fargo North tries to maneuver with it quickly, it goes out of bounds. And Fargo North, they're going to have a throw-in here, as it is truly 12:23 to go. We are running the clock manually, so I apologize for missing or not keeping up with it. We're used to having a score bug that goes along with the clock, but we're having issues with that. So we're running it manually, and I'm trying to keep pace with, calling the game, and also having to press some buttons at the same time. So apologize for any inconvenience. I appreciate your patience with that. But anyway, here's a throw-in. Before we get to the throw-in, a whistle is blown. And maybe some chatter on the field, or nobody was set to get into their rightful position. Now here goes the throw-in, and we're underway again. After a throw-in, goes off two different players, one for North, one for Central, goes off Samuel, that goes out of bounds. And here's a corner for the Spartans, their first of the contest.
And for the next, number 9, Nabi Fargo, and number 11, Matthew Hodney.
So here comes a corner kick for Fargo North, their first of the game from the right side. It's going to be knocked away by Carls. He's out of his crease. Loose ball. Carls still battling for it. Carls has to get back to his case, but a shot goes well above the net, and it will go out of bounds. So they catch a break there. As Carls, in a bit of a sticky situation, at first pretty bold with it. Had it in his favor, then it could have gotten ugly, but Fargo North sails it over the net again, and it remains scoreless. After a boot, Weber bumps it down the field. Nabi Adarego is back in the game. He's got possession, tries to swing it around. Ball takes a couple more touches. Now it's finally scooped up by Al-Shami. Al-Shami had it. It's taken away from him, but it goes out of play as he's pickpocketed. Tanabe will have a throw-in as we continue. Again, clock is behind on your screen. Apologies for that. 10:22 is left in the first half of action on the Cushman Field scoreboard in-house. Tanabe throws it in, off a couple bodies, now finally settled down, lost but backed up by Al-Shami. Al-Shami, the right wing, fires it across, goes behind the net. No one for Fargo North touched it, so it's off Central last, and a goal kick now for the Spartans. Before, substitution. Looks like Gabriel Puente is going to re-enter the matchup. Looks like he'll take the place of Cyrus Boy. Andrew Colasar, he is going to boot it. He does exactly that. And eventually it's tappered down and taken away by Fargo North. Habib Akamnu has possession. Gives it to a couple teammates. Now it's going to be Emmett Tracy who fires it down the field. Fast break opportunity. Meyer can't get there. Clevin slowly just taps it out of play. Fargo North will keep it. They'll have a throw-in in Central Territory. Both teams again with their chances. Fargo North, a couple fast break chances. But nothing to show for it so far. Central, same thing. Couple chances. Guy or two in front of the net earlier and unable to cash it home. Here's the throw-in. After that, Tanabe is going to fire it out of play. Another throw-in coming for Fargo North. Under 9 to go in this first half. Still scoreless between these conference rivals. Eastern Dakota Conference Boys Soccer on KNOX Live Sports. Rivards, Turf and Forage, Acme Equipment, Sales Sports Network. Throw in again by Fargo North as Central boots out of bounds. Eventually going to be maneuvered around. Kept in by Fargo North, pickpocketed there by Weber. Weber has it, trying to stay with it the best he can. Shakes around a couple defenders. He's on a fast move. What a move by Weber. Tries to find a teammate. No one there to scoop up on the other end. It's sent away. Tanabe, though, gets a header on it. Is trying to get settled down by Atem, and eventually gives over to Akamnu. Akamnu falls down. Eventually, Meyer can't get a full grasp of it. Samuel picks it up, fires it down the field, looks for Hodney. Hodney's got it. It's too hot to handle. Whistle is blown. And what is the call exactly? They issue a yellow card against Fargo North. I believe it might have been against one of the coaches for Fargo North. Maybe something was said. I'm not quite sure. But a yellow card was just issued towards the bench for Fargo North, and I believe that was directly to the head coach, Ian Costello. So Fargo North issued a yellow card the first of the game. Maybe something was said in passing. I'm not quite sure. But the yellow card was directed towards the bench when the official raised it in the air. Fargo North will send it down to Central in their zone. Central will scoop it up. They've got possession. Had it for a moment, almost completely lost. It eventually rolls out of play. Official says that it touched Central last. And now it's going to be a throw-in for Fargo North. So Jackson is back for Fargo North. Was shaken up on a fast break situation earlier in the half. Walked it off, and now he's back on the field. He's had two really good scoring chances. Neither one, though, has gone in. Here's Al-Shami trying to pick it up. Goes off a defender of Fargo North. Battle for it. Al-Shami touches it last. It goes out of play. Throw-in coming for Fargo North now. Nagel will do the honors. Fires it in. Header by Tanabe. Eventually going back towards the direction of the Spartans. As here is Tracy trying to maneuver around a couple defenders. Tracy goes forward, now goes back. Gives over to a teammate. That's Nagel. Nagel had it. Tries to give to a man down low. That is going to be Bennett Meyer. He couldn't get a full grasp of it. It goes out of bounds off of the Spartans. Here's a throw-in for the Knights. Tanabe will do the honors. Looks for Weber. Heads it down. Adorego's got a fast break. Here's a chance for Nabi. Here's a shot that just goes wide. Another great opportunity for Central. Nabi Adorego, his first grade A scoring chance. Fires it towards the net, but it hits the side of the cage on the right side, and it remains 0-0. Take a look at that replay. So the throw-in by Tanabe. Sets up his pal, Nabi Adorego, off the header from Weber. He's running. Fires a chance. Not on point. And another opportunity for Central, but the opportunity spoiled. Throw in for Fargo North by their bench. 5 and change to go. So throw in. Samuel will have a throw in after it went off of Fargo North last. Weber tries to get it. Booted up in the air by the Spartans. Jackson, after a miscue there defensively by Central, tries to pick it up. Tanabe around him. Deflects off Cole Tanabe last, and a throw in coming for Fargo North. Doing that now will be Bennett Meyer. Meyer fires it down. Puente deflects it out of bounds. It will now go in favor of Fargo North, as Puente was the last to touch it as it was going out of play. The official trying to put Bennett Meyer in the right place for the throw-in. Central fans thought he was up a little bit closer than he should have. Anyway, throw-in is concluded. Puente the header. Weber's got it. Shakes around. Weber goes flying. Still has it, and now he's going to lose it. It's sent down the field. Al-Shami's going to boot it down into the opposite territory. It takes a couple bounces, and the goalkeeper, Andrew Colasar, scoops it up. He'll resume play with the boot. Here's that boot from the Fargo North goalie. Headed up in the air. Tanabe tries to get it off that header. Here's Al-Shami with possession. He looks for Nabi Adorego. Adorego a chance earlier. Couldn't capitalize on that situation. Kind of bit of too much fancy footwork. Couldn't get a clear spot on the ball. It goes out of bounds as he's trying to shake and bake with it. And now it's going to be a throw-in for Fargo North in their own territory. Bauer Torres will enter the game, and he will throw in for the Spartans. So you see him on your screen right there. Here's the throw-in, but a whistle called. And what are they exactly calling? It looks like that the officials weren't ready to rock and roll yet with the throw-in. Torres had a bit of a false start, if you will. And now here's the throw-in. He fires it. It's up in the air, deflected off Al-Shami. Weber tries to get it. Actually, there is Harrison, pardon me. It's booted up in the air. Samuel taps it down, tries to keep the play alive, finds a teammate, pickpocketed there is Weber. Fargo North is on the move. They'll fancy it forward, but it's booted away there by Joe Clevin. Clevin sends it all the way down. Otorego trying to scoop it up. Fargo North sends it out of bounds. It goes off of Eli Erickson last, and it looks like it will be another opportunity for a throw-in coming for Grand Forks Central in Fargo North territory. Again, apologies with the clock. It's actually 2.5 left here in this opening half. No score between the Spartans and Knights in this EDC affair of boys soccer. Here's the throw-in. Samuel does the honors. Deflects off a couple bodies. Who touched it last? Looked like it touched Fargo North before it eventually went out of play. And here's a corner coming for Grand Forks Central. Their third of the contest. Their second on the left side. Looks like Clevin will do the honors here on the left side. The top left corner on your screen is Clevin, one of the senior captains on this squad for Central. And with 110 seconds, we'll see what he can deliver into play. Clevin getting set for it. Here's the kick. Curled around. Header towards the net. Save on the doorstep. What a great opportunity there for Central. And Colasar at the last second is able to keep it 0-0. A stone-cold denial rejecting Central of a score. See if we can take a look at that one more time. Here comes the kick. Clevin sends it in. Tough to tell right away who touched that last. Looked like it went off Alshami, maybe Tanabe. One of those guys touched it last, but either way, Colasar makes an excellent save to keep it 0-0. 70 seconds to go. Tanabe the other way couldn't keep it alive. It goes out of bounds, and Fargo North will get set to throw it in. Some extracurricular activity after it went out of play. Alshami booted it a bit. Fargo North wanted to whistle or something for that. They also wanted a handball there moments ago off of Weber. They won't get that either. There's actually 45 seconds left here in this opening half. 0-0 is the score. A lot of great opportunities for both of these teams. Weber trying to steal it there, trying to sprint and take it away. He can't complete his objective. Fargo North staying with it. He's got 30 seconds here on the clock. Fired down the field, trying to pick it up as Clevin. It deflects up in the air. Two players collide. No whistle. Play continues. Weber can't get it. Otorego tried to feed it to him. Loose ball now scooped up, but a whistle is blown, and it looks like they are going to call a foul against Grand Forks Central on that collision. Looks pretty clear from up here that Central was the guilty party. But 2 seconds and 1 are on the clock, and that is going to end this first half of play. We are scoreless after one half of action. Fargo North 0, Grand Forks Central 0. Really good game between these two teams. Central and Fargo North deadlocked at 0-0. We'll step aside, and then when we come back, we'll take a look through some highlights and break down the first half altogether. Second half shortly coming up after that. This is high school soccer on KNOX Live Sports.
Home. What a place. Home of the people we love and the places we know. And our home has more than 60 unique care specialties.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restoration. From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new, big or small.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Welcome back to Cushman Field in Grand Forks. We are scoreless. It is 0-0 through one half of play. My name's Alex Carminati. Thanks so much for watching and listening to high school boys soccer, Fargo North v. Grand Forks Central on KNOX Live Sports, the Rivards, Turf and Forge, Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network. Trying to get these highlights up here for you, as we had a whole host of them in half number one. Pardon me if it's not the most cleanest or the most seamless transitions. I'm still trying to get used to some of the equipment. You're talking to a radio guy here, mainly a radio guy, and the video part of it, still trying to get the aspect of that. You know, I've been a radio announcer since high school and especially since college, so I'm trying to get used to the video-radio combo, gives it over to a teammate. So that's going to be Mark. We'll see what exactly we get for highlights in this halftime break, as there were a lot of exciting plays, a lot of great opportunities. Here's a chance for Central. For both teams. Neither team, of course, has scored thus far, but both of these teams with really good amounts of opportunities so far in this game. A couple fast breaks for Fargo North, fast breaks, and a couple corner opportunities for Central. Neither team, Fargo North, a chance there to get on the score sheet. So we'll go in this order as continue to get some of these highlights in here. Here's a chance for Central. Really funny bounce, but both of these teams, a chance there to, and neither team is able to get a strike right away. So let's start Fargo North a chance there with what we saw earlier on in half number one. Stop let's go to there. Our first highlight cut that we have here. This was the first corner for Grand Forks Central. It was sent in towards the net. Really good opportunity. Header chance, save. That was actually, pardon me, the last opportunity you saw before the half came to an end. So, Fargo North a chance there to make an opportunity out of something. Here goes Fargo North, dancing around. This was their first chance of the contest. Really Jackson has possession, has a hard time handling it. Stays with it, though. Shot that goes way wide. Here's a chance for Central. After that, funny bounce, Grand Forks Central able to keep it in. Here comes their chance. That's Hodney with a little fancy back pass. Chance shot. That's going towards the net. Loose chance opportunity. Can't settle it down. And Fargo North will eventually it's cleared away by Fargo North. A chance there to make an opportunity out of Fargo North one more time. Dancing around with still. Tries to send it across. Fast break. Jackson has possession. Has a hard time handling it. Stays with it though. Shot. He misses the chance for Central. Off a funny bounce. Fargo North able to keep it in. Good opportunities here in this half, as did Grand Forks Central. We'll show you two more highlights of Grand Forks Central. Nabi Adorego with a really good chance to maybe break things through. He shoots that just wide. And then one more highlight, the last chance Central had, the best one they had of the game. Clevin fires a corner in, off a body of a Central player, trickling towards the net. Great save there by Colasar. And that was a big save towards the end of half number one, as we remain scoreless after one half of play. Again, my name is Alex Carminati. Thanks so much for watching and listening to live coverage of high school boys soccer on KNOX Live Sports, Rivards, Turf and Forge, Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network. I'll get this equipment thing eventually as I go along here, but you saw some of those highlights, some of them that was planned to be showed, and if I can try to pull it up one more time, Miles Jackson, not only did he have that one shot, but the second opportunity he had, he got injured briefly, looked like he was hurt. He was able to walk it off and continue play. He's been out there since he briefly went to the bench to get checked out and making sure that nothing serious occurred. He collided with Jack Carls, the goalie for the Knights, on a fast break opportunity. And with that, it was still 0-0, but Jackson got the worst of it seemed, because Carls and Jackson seemed to have collided. Carls was fine, he continued to play. Jackson was flat down on the ground, needed some help to get off the field, and he's A-okay to continue. So, we'll see exactly what we get in half number 2. We do know that it's 0-0 entering the second half of action. Will Grand Forks Central get their first win of the season, or will Fargo North win the second out of 3 contests, including this one? We'll step aside. More after the break. KNOX Live Sports, Rivard's Turf and Forge, Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network. You're watching and listening to North Dakota High School Boys Soccer, the Eastern Dakota Conference.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Blazing wings and a pick 6 for $19.99. Careful, those babies are muy picante.
I can handle the heat. You want to try it? Here.
Hey, you're right. It's really not that. Oh, too spicy, too spicy.
You'll be all right.
Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
You can always count on Blue Peak. For video calling, for gaming, for business, for everything you love. Get affordable gig plans and switch to Blue Peak today. Visit mybluepeak.com. It's the internet that brings us together.
Welcome back to Cushman Field in Grand Forks. About to get set for half number 2, 0-0 game. My name's Alex Carminati. Jacob Lindemann is my camera operator downstairs. And Grand Forks Central and Fargo North having a heck of a first half. What will the second half bring? Lots of chances for both of these teams. Neither team on the score sheet yet. Grand Forks Central looking for their first win of the season. Fargo North trying to win their second matchup in a span of 3 games. So Central was going left to right on your screen in half 1. They'll go the opposite way, right to left in half 2. And as the home team, they will start with possession. Looks like Lucas Weber will get us going when we start off the second half of play. It's almost 8 o'clock, 5 minutes till the top of the hour. Weber getting set to get us underway. And when he does, we should be in for a very thrilling second half. We'll see if this ends up scoreless altogether with a tie, or one of these teams walks out with a victory. We'll have to find out eventually. No guarantee of a winner. Guarantee the game will end in some type of interesting fashion, that's for sure. Weber talking with his teammate Joe Clevin before he eventually boots it away. And we're still waiting for the second half to begin. As Weber will do the honors, junior captain one of 3 captains on the roster. Pardon me, 4. And now we are underway here in half number 2. Booted down by Central. Fargo North will head it up. And now eventually, after a couple touches here and there, it's Fargo North who's got possession. They will go left to right, Fargo North, on your screen. It's sent all the way down. Cleven tries to pick it up. He trickles it out of play slightly, and now it will be an inbound, or pardon me, a throw-in for Fargo North. About 30 seconds in here to this second half, still scoreless. If you're just joining us, you missed a really good first half with a lot of opportunities for both of these teams. Fargo North, after a couple bounces, fires a chance going well wide over the net, through the uprights for a field goal, but the wrong kind of football. 0-0 still is the score, but another opportunity, really good chance there, and a very nice shot by Emmett Tracy, but that misses over the cage and it remains a tie to this point. Carls will send it down the field, boot it, headed by Hodney. Chipped up in the air, trying to keep it in as Central. It will trickle out of bounds. It will go off Central last, or pardon me, Fargo North last, and here's a throw-in coming for the Knights. Give and go at Malott, sent down by Tanabe. Adarego tries to get it. Instead, Fargo North will send it away. Samuel a header, headed again by Tanabe. Now it's be Fargo North who picks it up and fires it across. Moving down with it, Matthew Haugo. Haugo on that left side of the field, trying to shake around Cleven. Fires one across, trying to set up Meyer. Matt Meyer, a shot, a save by Carls. Nice save there by Jack Carls. A lot of room, plenty of time. He swallows it up, easy as pie. We're still knotted at 0. Show that one more time. Another fast break for Fargo North. They're moving around here, and as they shake and bake, they get one across. Meyer, a really good opportunity, has plenty of room. The left-footed shot is not enough to beat Carls. Another save there by the Grand Forks goaltender. Meanwhile, Fargo North going the other way with it, actually going on defense the other way. Grand Forks Central moving the other way with it. And as they corral their way through, looks like they're going to get a corner kick. Here's the 4th corner of the match, first of the half for Central. Weber will do the honors from the right corner. And we'll see if Central can take advantage of this corner. Last corner they had, really good chance, but a huge save by Colasar. Instead of going towards the net, little soft pass. Weber gets it back, lost it, backed up by a teammate. That's Alshami, who gives it on over. Harrison can't get a clean foot on it. Tanabe a header, heads it twice. Weber traps it down. Weber has possession, fires it across, trying to find a striding Adarego. He can't find the intended target. Fargo North takes it away. A collision, 2-on-1. Now it's taken back by Central. Central will fire it forward, deflects off a Fargo North defender. It goes out of bounds, and here comes a throw-in for Samuel. Dalvin Samuel will do the honors. About 3.5 minutes into the second half, still scoreless. Couple more headers. Fargo North has possession. And now on the move is Fargo North, but a good steal by Weber, who fires it all the way down over the head of Colasar, over the net, though. Out of play it goes, and Fargo North will have a goal kick. Good chance for Central to keep it alive and try to do something with it, but to no avail. Sent down one more time. Off a couple bodies. Footed through. Cleven has it, gives back to his goalie, Carls, who will laser it back across. Carls, after that laser, will watch his team pick it back up. Fargo North had it for a moment. Samuel picks it up. Now here's Weber. Weber on the move. Pass halfway. Fires one. Adarego in stride again. Can't be on the receiving end. Couple more bounces, and now it's taken away by Fargo North. On the move, Kamal Hudson. He is fast and bursting with speed, but they're going to call it offsides as Haugo was ahead of the play. Too far ahead. Offsides whistle, and Central will get it back. So Haugo ahead of the ball there. Thus the offsides. Really good fast break chance again for Fargo North, but that one goes by the wayside, and here comes a goal kick for Carls well out of his crease. Carls, the senior netminder, will continue things here. He lasers it down. Looks for Hodney, goes off his back, takes a funny bounce, and now it's picked up by Weber. Weber's got possession. Myers all over him. You have 2 Myers on him. It's taken away. A whistle is called, stumbling around Weber. They called the foul eventually against Lucas Weber because he initially took down Bennett Meyer. And now here comes a free kick situation for Fargo North. So the free kick will be at around the 40-yard line, as you see on the screen. Of course, it's a football field in Cushman Field, so you kind of know where I'm getting at with that reference. But regardless, it's booted down off the head of Samuel of Grand Forks. It eventually rolls out of play. A throw-in coming for Fargo North. Played off the chest of Meyer, tapped around in reverse, headed back forward, tapped down by Al-Shami. Here is Al-Shami with it for Grand Forks. Zechariah Al-Shami spins through some defenders, eventually goes out of play. It's going to be a Fargo North ball as it touched Grand Forks last, and here's a throw-in now coming for Bauer Torres. Torres throws it in, Weber heads it a couple times, almost touched it with his hand there. Stays alive with the ball, now lost it. Couple touches here and there, sent down to the Grand Forks zone. Samuel's racing for it. Jackson's right behind him. Jackson's only a freshman. He's playing like a senior throughout this game. Jackson and Samuel are doing some battle. Both guys eventually fall down. Some pushing by Jackson to Samuel, but the ball eventually will be in favor of Grand Forks as Carls will restart things momentarily. So it's getting pretty physical towards that right corner. Will be a goal kick for Carls near the flag post. As Carls gets set with 33-13 to go in this second half. We still don't have a score. Both teams plenty of chances, but nothing to show for it. Zoom down. After a couple bounces, here's Weber. Weber fires it across, looking for a teammate. Malat just keeps it in, and he fires over to Clevin. Clevin's got possession. He's going right to left, as is Grand Forks. Pass to Malat, give and go with Clevin. Too far of a stretch from Malat, towards out of bounds. It goes out of play. Fargo North has it. They'll resume action. So as Fargo North goes with it, Hudson takes a tumble, draws a whistle, and here's a free kick once again for the Spartans. It's lasered down, takes a couple bounces. Malat tries to clear it. He cannot. And now Hudson tries to keep it again. Tanabe battling with him. Hudson trying to box him out. He'll watch the ball roll out of play. Smart move there as Fargo North gets it back. Hudson a junior, as is Tanabe. But Hudson the upper edge there, boxing out the defender coming his way in order for his team to keep the ball. Fargo North on the move. Shaking around Matt Meyer. Spins through, poke checked. And now a loose ball, Weber gets it back off a pass from Al-Shami. Al-Shami gets it back from Weber. Al-Shami on the move, trying to keep it alive. 2 guys collide. Al-Shami, a broken play there. Nice move by Emmett Tracy to break any further momentum. That sliding tackle knocks it out of play, but it touched Al-Shami last, and now a throw-in coming for Bauer Torres and Fargo North. 31.5 to go. Meyer, after the throw-in, chips it around, goes off the off the body of a Grand Forks player, takes a bounce. Haugo had it, lost it, taken away by Clevin. Clevin battling, fires it around. It's deflected. Corinta couldn't get it there, but now it's going to be knocked away by Harrison, but it's going to be Fargo North still with it. They go in reverse. They go in forward again. Jackson tries to pick it up. Carls comes way out of his goal keep to scoop up the loose change, and he'll settle things down. Now he'll blaster it away. Punted up in the air by the goaltender. Takes a couple bounces. Loose change, finally scooped up. Here is going to be Hudson on the run. Hudson, left wing, hops around, falls down, tries to draw a whistle. Not successful in that attempt. And now here comes a loose ball after a couple passes. It's going to be scooped up by Otorego. Otorego can't keep it. It goes out of bounds. It trickles towards the central bench and out of play. And now it's going to be a throw-in again for Fargo North. They do exactly that. Here's going to be Emmett Tracy with possession. He spins around, fires a pass. It's almost going to be stolen. It's still kept alive by Fargo North. Laser down. Too far for Jackson. and scooped up again by Carls, preventing another dangerous situation possibly. So as that is put back into play by Carls, Central having a hard time getting out of their zone. A slight pass chipped. Tanabe backs up that from Clevin as it was almost completely stolen away. It's sent down again. Booted up in the air one more time. Goes out of play, and here's another throw-in for the visitors in Fargo North. Spartans Knights scoreless, 29-37 to go here in the second half. If it ends 0-0 after the second period, the game will end 0-0 altogether. No overtime in the regular season. Ball eventually goes out of play off of Fargo North after a handful of throw-ins. And now Central will have a throw-in near the Fargo North bench. Looks like Puente is coming back in the game for the Knights. 29 and change to go here in this second period of action. No score. Spartans entering the game 1-1-0 in the EDC, 1-2-0 overall. For Central, 0-0-2 in the EDC, 0-1-2 overall. Central still looking for their first win of the campaign. Not only is Fargo North trying to get to 2-1 in 3 games if you include this one, but they're trying to get to 500 overall. They're trying to avoid getting their first tie. They don't want that happening right now tonight. Throw-in coming now for Fargo North after a couple bumps around here and there. And too early of a throw-in, they'll just give it back to Central. Dalvin Samuel will throw in this time. Here comes the pass. Weber tries to pick it up, deflects off a defender. That is Torres of Fargo North. It goes out of play off of him. Another throw-in, Samuel for Central. Here's the throw-in. Opportunity that eventually goes out of play. Nasty collision. Both guys are fine. Weber putting the shoulder into Torres there, but as play continues, here's another throw-in that takes another deflection and scooped up by Colasar, the goalie for the Spartans. Thrown back into play. Weber tries to pick it up. It's Harrison instead who rolls one slowly, and it's going to be Colasar who scoops it up with ease. Punted up in the air. Corinta tracks it down. Weber a tip. Hodney can't get it cleanly. It's cleared away by Fargo North. Bumped up. 2-on-1, 2 defenders, 1 offensive player. Hogno lets it go. It's eventually knocked out towards Cole Tanabe. And now Tanabe will fire one, though it takes a deflection off a defender. Here is Hodney on the move. Hodney gets the fortunate bounce, then loses it, though it goes off a defender last. Pickpocketed his hobby, but here's a throw-in now for Grand Forks. Hodney with a great chance. Good defensive play, though, by Luca Meyer to prevent a fast break. But Samuel has a throw-in now on the left side. Here's the throw-in. Looking for a teammate. Goes off a defender instead. Trickles out of play. Looks like we'll have a corner. Before we resume the action, here's the substitution. Samuel will come off. Brady Bohan will check in for Grand Forks. We'll have a corner on the left side. It'll be Joe Clevin who does the honors with 26:13 to go in the second. Still scoreless. 5th corner of the evening for the Knights. It's their 3rd from the left side. Here's the kick. Fired in. Heading chance. Too strong. Deflects wide. Now eventually kicked up in the air, but settled down. Central had a hard time actually keeping it. It takes another funny bounce. A low shot that eventually Colasar scoops up. The faithful, the fans for Grand Forks Central wanted a call against Fargo North, but that will not be the case. Good chance there for Central again. Unable to capitalize though. Attempt the other way for Fargo North. On the move. Fires one across. Give and go. Attempt. That's too far of a stretch for him. It will go out of play. Fargo North will give it right back to Central. So a throw-in coming for the Knights. 25 and change to go. Here's the throw-in. Ball up for grabs. Fargo North punts it up in the air. Puente looks for the header. He does exactly that in reverse. Looks for a teammate, though Jackson tries to pick up the loose spoils. Jackson will try to keep it alive. He does that, battling with Alshami. A push-off there, nothing called. Play continues. Grand Forks' fans not thrilled. Fargo North still on the move. Jackson looking to keep it. He's got it in that right corner. Tries to send it across. Carls knocks it out. Loose ball on the goal line. Does it go in the net? It ends up counting. Who did that touch last, though? They're going to give the goal, looks like the Jackson, but the question is it an own goal? Unfortunate play on the goal line. Carls made the save, but not cleanly. Jackson might have touched that last. It eventually trickles into the cage, and Fargo North leads one rip. Let's take a look at that. Jackson, just a simple cross. Carls, the save, deflects. It stays in. That's going to be an own goal. It's got to be an own goal against Grand Forks Central. I think it was Clevin who might have touched that last, because Carls made the save, but it was a really strong enough shot that Carls couldn't get it clean enough. It went off the Jazz hands, deflected towards the goal line. Clevin tried to keep it from going into the net, and instead it went off of him and into the cage. So Jackson was the one who touched it last, but that seems like it will clearly be an own goal. So Jackson would probably not get credit for that one. They would probably count that just as a team goal for Fargo North because it's an own goal against a Grand Forks Central defender. He's the last man to touch it before it went in. That's how I would think they would score it. No official scores, if you will, up here in the press box, but I would think that's how they're probably going to keep track of it downstairs, the coaches at least. But anyway, 1-0 Fargo North, the Spartans in front. Unfortunate miscue by Central once again. They find themselves trailing in a game. Last Thursday, down two separate times, they drawed. They trail 1-0 now with 23:47 to go in the second half. Jackson.
Spartan goal by number 7, Miles Jackson.
So Jackson is apparently going to get the goal, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I would think it's an own goal, but regardless, play continues. Anyway, Fargo North has it as the goalkeeper, Colasar, scoops it up. So that will be an own goal. Jackson was the one who just happened to fire it on net, and then eventually some defensive errors for Central led to the ball ending up into the cage. Central, though, on their heels right now. Puente tries to kick it around. Jackson tries to keep it alive inside Central territory. Jackson battling with two defenders. Jackson stepping around, has it, falls down. Fargo faithful want a whistle. They won't get it. Jackson gets around defenders, though. Fires a chance. Carl scoops it up, bobbles it, but stays with it this time. So it is going to be Carls who boots it away. Eventually off the foot of a Central player. Fargo North's Atem fires it in. Defender Alshami misses. Backed up by Puente. Loose ball. It's going to be Corinta who gives to Weber. Now back it goes. Alshami gets pickpocketed there. It was laced off the foot of Mark Meyer and out. And now a throw-in coming for Grand Forks. Central throws it in off the head of Weber. Loose ball. Miscommunication there between Corinta and Harrison. Though getting it back is going to be Muhammad. Muhammad takes a tumble and he draws contact. And a yellow card issue, the second against Fargo North tonight. He got him from around the head, took him down. The yellow card going against Emmett Tracy. And the Central faithful making their voices heard. You can't do that. Well, that's clearly the case. Another yellow issued against Fargo North. And here's a free kick coming for Central. So with 20:32 to go here in the second period. See exactly what we get all together. But before we get the free kick, some substitutions going to be made for both teams. Jackson's off for Fargo North. Here's the free kick chance. The shot is going to be yay high over the net. Fargo North will get it back with the goal kick. Fargo North will have the goal kick. They have a 1-0 lead. Own goal against Central. Thus why the visitors are in front. As Fargo North tries to pick it up, Al-Shami gets through some contact, has possession, and moves with it. Al-Shami, pass intercepted. Atem will give over to a teammate that is going to be Emmett Tracy. Tracy tries to give over to another teammate in Haugo, but eventually it's booted around, and it's going to be Central getting it back, but barely as they slide it around. It's kept by Central. Now Fargo North takes it away. Fargo North on the move, has possession, getting through two defenders there. I believe that is Meyer. And another collision play. Whistle going to be called. Play's going to be halted. No whistle, but play halted. And Fargo North was hoping for maybe a yellow there, but they're not going to get it. It'll be a free kick regardless, though, for the Spartans. We'll have a free kick coming for Fargo North as they lead 1-0. Central, yet again, down, in danger of what would be a second loss this season and a first loss in conference play, yet to pick up a win this year. Free kick, headed down, loose ball, battle for it, scramble in front. Central tries to clear it out desperately. A poke by Fargo North. Eventually goes out of bounds, touches the Spartans last, throw in for Weber. Weber's got it, 19:07 to go. That is going to be kept in. And now here's going to be Fargo North who picks it up finally. They'll regroup. Here's a pass up top to Luca Meyer. Meyer swings over towards his left. It's going to be Cormac Nagel, who fires one towards his left. It deflects out of play. It will be a throw-in for Fargo North as it touched a defender of Grand Forks last. No, they're actually going to switch it up. Grand Forks will get it back. So a throw-in for the Knights. Off the head of Nabi Adarego. Battle for it towards that right flagpole. Central is pressing and pressing. The ball eventually goes out of bounds. And what are they going to rule it? It will be a goal kick for Fargo North as Central touched the last in that skirmish. So Colasar will boot it away with 18 and change. Laser down. Past an intended target. It takes a couple bounces, and Hudson has it now. Kamal Hudson hopping around Weber. But a whistle going to be called, and they call a foul. And here's a free kick coming now for Fargo North. Luca Meyer will do the honors. 17:47 left in the second, and the Spartans have a one-goal lead. Meyer, the boot. Here's the kick. Fired in. Off a defender. Deflected up. Still loose battle for it. Settled down. Booted away. Here's a fast break. Salaj trying to get there for Grand Forks. Fargo North will just simply chip it away out of play. And a throw-in coming now for the Knights. But before that, a couple substitutions for Central incoming. So here are some substitutions for the Knights. Samuel back in the game will throw it. 17 minutes exactly to go in the second. Can Central at least go for a tie? Here's the throw-in, headed away. Loose ball, fired in, slowly, looking more of a pass than a shot attempt there. It's booted away again. Tanabe, though, keeps it alive. He stays with it after stumbling for a moment and feeds over to a teammate. It's going to be Mason DeLong. DeLong tries to find a man in the corner. That's Muhammad, I believe, the intended target. It goes away from him, out of play, throw in Fargo North. Here comes the throw-in with 16:17 to go. Not quite sure what we're waiting for exactly. So waiting for a substitution that apparently came but wasn't exactly presented clearly. Anyway, Jackson's at sub, and here he is now. Jackson fires it down, chipped away by Clevin. Central in their own zone again defensively, and Fargo North has a throw-in. So Bauer Torres will throw it in with 15:42 to go. Clock is not the friend of Central. Fargo North wants that clock to bleed as much as possible. Luca Meyer, after a throw-in, the left fancy foot, fires it forward. Adarego will watch it go out of play. It goes off Central last, and a throw-in coming for the Spartans. Bauer Torres will throw it in. 15:16 to go. Here's the throw-in. It's tapped down. Weber can't get full control. Now stays with it, and now he'll move slowly. Fires it across, deflects off Torres. Out of play it goes. Throw-in again for Central. It's going to be Samuel who does the honors near the midway point of the field. Here's the throw-in for Samuel. Looks for Weber. Might have hit a defender last. It exactly does that off of Torres again. And Samuel again will throw in, this time a little bit closer to the opposing goal. Here's the throw-in. Headed up in the air. Deflected a couple times. Deflects eventually into the hands of Colasar. He scoops it up with ease. And it'll take a sweet time before play resumes. Here's the boot by the Fargo North goalie. Laser down. Looking for a teammate in Matthew Haugo. Haugo has it. Goes in reverse to Atem. 14:23 to go. Atem has possession. Give and go situation. Haugo's got it again. Haugo going in reverse. Fires it all the way up top. And now it goes to Bennett Meyer. Meyer stumbles down. Looks like he drew contact, and they're going to issue a yellow. They'll issue a yellow against Central. I believe that was Lucas Weber. And that's the first one against Central here. So 2 yellows against Fargo North, 1 against Central. Here comes a free kick situation now for Fargo North. Up 1 already, trying to get the insurance goal. Here it comes, lasered in. It will eventually deflect towards that left flagpole. Out of bounds it goes. Throw in, though, for Fargo North, still in Central territory. So a whistle, and now Central will actually get it. Looks like a free kick, or rather a throw-in. You know, when it comes to high school soccer especially, if they mic'd up these refs, that'd be so much more helpful. I think for all of us in the building, whether you're in the press box or not. Anyway, here's Jackson after a couple passes. Looks to fire it. That gets blocked and stolen away. Now that's deflected one more time. Loose change. Trying to stay with it is Central. Here's a feed across to Corinta. That's deflected. Corinta will get it this time. He'll go in reverse near a Fargo player. That's going to be back to Samuel. Samuel goes in reverse towards his goalie. It's Carls who will take it. So Carls will fire it down. Takes a couple bounces. Now with it on the move. Here is going to be a fast break. Adarego, it's too far of a stretch again, and Colasar will scoop it up. Adarego looking to just explode with a chance, but unfortunately for his sake, unable to do so. He had a chance himself, but he fired it wide. That was in the first half. Central again, on the move. Moving with it is Grand Forks Central, down 1-0 with 12 and change left in the second period of action. More of a shot attempt that gets blocked and eventually cleared away by Fargo North. That will bounce all the way towards the Central bench, go out of bounds, and here's a throw-in now. Substitution, though, is coming. So Zachariah Alshami will re-enter the matchup, as Tanabe will throw it in near the Central bench. Up it goes, deflects, booted away, settled down, and now taken by Central. On the move is Clevin. Swing on over. Couple headers, and it looks like that a Fargo North player is down. Collision there between Hodney And it looks like Matthew Haugo, he was shaken up, but he's back on his feet. They'll call a foul on that, and here's a kick now for the goalkeeper of Fargo North. It's Andrew Colasar, who's pitching a shutout here. He's made some impressive saves, and he's held his ground under pressure. Carls has too. Just unfortunately for Carls, made a stop, too hot to handle, goes off his own man who puts it in his own goal, and that's the difference. So an own goal for Fargo North earlier in this half, thus why you see 1-0 on your screen. They call a whistle on the play. Trying to get a new ball here as Fargo North will throw in by the Grand Forks Central bench. 10 and change to go here in the second. Clock still going against Grand Forks Central. Here's a pickpocket. Loose chance. Shot that's fanned on by Hodney. He had the opportunity, but he pulled the trigger too soon and missed all of it. Eventually sent away. Meyer picks it up. Attempt will fire it down. Hudson tries to get past the defender. He can't. Now he has it still, though. Looks for Jackson. Shakes left instead. Looking for a man down. That's going to be Meyer. Mark Meyer can't hook up with him there. Loose ball. Spun around still. That's going to be Meyer one more time. This time Bennett Meyer. Another pass attempt that gets deflected. Goes out of bounds towards the bench of Fargo North. And now a throwing back again. It's booted up in the air. Deflects out of play. So here comes the throw-in. Once again for Grand Forks. Goes off the head of a Fargo North player. Just kept alive. Booted up in the air. Swing and a miss of a clear attempt for Fargo North. That's Mark Meyer there, who now stays with it. Spins around. Lost it again. And now here comes Grand Forks Central. Pass across. Knocked away. Couple bouncing like a ping pong balls here and there. And now here comes Samuel, who had it. It's going to be up in the air. That is going to be Jackson and Hudson going back and forth. And now a fast break. Jackson on the move, looking for a shot and a score! Top shelf snipe, 2-0 Fargo North. That time Jackson will be credited for the goal, and it's a beauty. Going top cheese. Beautiful shot, had the space, was in fluid motion, and he did all the rest right there. Really neat shot. We'll watch it one more time. Booted up in the air. Jackson this time will get the goal for sure. Stays with it. Zooms past the defender. On the move. Has that right-footed shot that goes top left. Carls didn't have a chance. Way too high over his head. And that makes it 2-0. The visitors, Fargo North. So Fargo North 2, Grand Forks 0, and the Knights, unless they can pull something off here quickly to get to at least a tie, looks like it'll be another tough evening. So Fargo North now up 2. Jackson, the play he had led to an own goal. Now that time himself, he does it himself and fires at top shelf. Beautiful shot there. Highlight reel worthy and a beautiful score. Just top cheese, well over the head. And now another collision. It is going to be Kamal Hudson who is shaken up. He's favoring, looks like, his left leg. So Hudson is down. Now he sits up. So collision there as Hudson got the worst of it. Now he's back on his feet. Looks to shake it off, limp it off, and now he's ready to rock and roll again. So we'll have a free kick after all of that, because obviously a foul was called. And now here comes the kick indeed. Up in the air it goes. Headed twice. Settled down. Jackson fires one forward. Intercepted. Taken away. Hits Hodney in the back as he's moving in stride. Didn't realize it was coming his way. And now here comes Samuel. 7:45 to go. 2-0 Fargo North ahead. Couple passes that deflect around. Hodney tries to settle it. He fires one down, looking for a teammate. Could be too far of a stretch. Running is Alshami to keep it alive, and he cannot do that. just ahead. And with that, here comes Fargo North with another goal kick, plus a substitution. So a substitution again for Fargo North with 7 and change to go. Here's the boot by Colasar. He'll send it down, and here's Hansen picking it up. Couple passes around the horn, taken now by Central. It's Grand Forks Central down 2-0 here. Fast break, Tanabe trying to move with it quickly, gets past Hudson, then goes out of play. Whose ball is it going to be? Looks like it's going to stay with Central as it touched Fargo North apparently last. We'll have a free kick here, right in front of the Grand Forks Central bench. Here's the boot, sent towards the net, headed away, loose ball trying to be kept in, headed, and now lasered down by the defense. Halgo does that. And now a loose ball Samuel tries to pick up. Whistle is called, going down to Samuel, and they're going to call the ball in favor of Fargo North. They also call a foul against Central in that play, and a free kick is coming for the visitors. So here comes Luca Meyer with the free kick by the 50-yard line. Under 6 to go, time still running out. Tanabe heads it away. Adarego tries to settle it down, he cannot. Fargo North has a grasp on it, they fire it forward. Trying to keep it alive is Mark Meyer. He can't get there. Here's a throw-in for Central by the Fargo North bench. 5:20 and change to go. 2-0 lead for Fargo North. The Spartans looking to win their second matchup out of 3 games. Trying to get to 2-2 overall on the season. 2-1 in EDC play. Grand Forks Central right now on path to lose what would be their second match altogether this season, their first in conference play, and they would still be prevented from picking up their first win of the campaign if this result holds. Under 5 now to go. Ball eventually goes out of play, and we'll have a throw-in coming now. It's Fargo North who will do the honors by their bench. Going to be booted down. Up in the air it goes. Looks to still be settled. And a loose ball that will be picked up by Tanabe. He will laser it down. And Adarego tries to play it. So here's Adarego trying to settle something. Instead, it's booted away by Fargo North. Ball eventually goes out of play, and here comes Fargo North with another throw, and as time continues to wind down, less than 4 to go. So a chance in front that eventually gets deflected. Loose ball, Fargo North tries to stay with it. Up in the air is the question of who hasn't. Now the answer is going to be Central. Both sides are saying, no, it's off him. No, what's going on here? Why is that the case? Part of me, it's going to be a corner for Fargo North with 3:03 to go. Still a little bit behind on the clock here. And we don't have our hookup with the scoreboard, so still trying to work out this technology as we go along here. Thankfully, it's early in the year, and as we go along, we should be in good strides. Here's the corner. Opportunity shot that gets deflected. It's Jackson again trying to spin around, stay with it. He tumbles down. He wants a whistle. No, that's not going to happen. Loose ball, sliding tackle. Fargo North kept it for a moment. Central still battling for it. What's the whistle? It's going to be a Fargo North ball. Central not happy about it. The fans aren't either. They thought it clearly touched the Spartans last. But instead, a free kick for the visitors. So I think we're going to have a clock stoppage with 2:13 here. And now we're going to have the wall set up. Free kick motion getting ready here. We'll see what this leads to for Fargo North, already up 2. Here's a low shot that is scooped up by Carls. Ground ball scooped up by the goalie, and it remains 2-0 with 2 minutes to go now. Thrown in, headed down, settled, played around. Adarego fires one, looking for a teammate. Not getting there is going to be Zachariah Muhammad. The ball is booted, tried to be settled down by Weber after the clear. Eventually goes out of bounds. Jackson wants to call in favor of Fargo North. He'll get that with 95 seconds to go in the contest. Fargo North on pace for what would be their second win in conference play and overall. Grand Forks Central on pace to still remain winless this early in the season. 80 seconds to go, nearing that eventual result as Fargo North leads 2-0. We'll have a free kick here. Doing the honors is Bennett Meyer. Meyer with 70 seconds left. Here's the boot towards the net. Tanabe tries to head it. Instead, it's going to be Clevin. He'll send it towards the right. Central still has it as there's a minute to go in the contest. Grand Forks Central running out of time. They got to get 2 very quick goals if they want to tie at least. Not impossible, but very hard to do knowing the circumstances here. After a throw-in, it's kicked around, and Fargo North will finally settle down and boot it in the opposite direction. Stolen away by Samuel. Samuel has it. Now it's going to be Weber. Lucas Weber on the move. Spins around Jackson. Keeps it. Shakes right. Now shakes left. Weber still trying to get past Jackson. He's got him. He's on the move. Tries to send a cross. Nobody there. Pass is deflected. Loose ball, and it's cleared away. Great opportunity. No one exactly for the target. There were some men in motion for Central, but no one there for an exact opportunity as Colasar punched it out, and then it was loosed and no one could follow up. After that, with 2 seconds and 1, the game has ended, and Grand Forks Central falls to Fargo North 2-0 in boys soccer. Fargo North, the Spartans, they grab their second win of the year, second win in conference play. They get a 2-1-0. Grand Forks Central with the loss. They are now 0-2-2 overall. Now 0-1-2 in conference play. That's their first loss in conference play this year. Point being is that they're still winless as they have 0 wins through a total of 4 games this season. So for Grand Forks Central, a tough loss. Fargo North comes to Grand Forks. They pick up the win, get to 500. They've also won 2 out of 3. So we'll take our final break, have a couple final thoughts. Eventually say so long from Cushman Field. The final, Fargo North 2, Grand Forks Central 0. You have been watching and listening to high school soccer EDC style on the Rivards Turf and Forage Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
You can always count on Blue Peak. For video calling, for gaming, for business, for everything you love. Get affordable gig plans and switch to Blue Peak today. Visit mybluepeak.com. It's the internet that brings us together.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Home. What a place. Home of the people we love and the places we know. And our home has more than 60 unique care specialties. For specialty care, you're home.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability.
Home.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Welcome back to Cushman Field in Grand Forks. Final 2-0 Fargo North Spartans. They come to town and they beat the Knights from Central. It was a game where it was back and forth. That was sure. A lot of opportunities on both sides, and it's Central who falls short. They still winless, now 0-1-2 in the conference, 0-2-2 overall. With the win for Fargo North, they are 2-1-0 in the conference, 2-2-2 overall this young into the season. So the goals, an own goal for Fargo North, as it was going to be Miles Jackson who would have gotten it, but it touched a defender last. So he is on the right side, crosses one over, and eventually the save is made by Carls, but it was too hot to handle. It goes off of him, trickles towards the cage, and goes into the net off of a defender. See if I can find that replay. If not, I apologize. But it was a really good opportunity there for Fargo North to just build something out of it. They got a fortunate break off the miscue of the defense, and it led to the 1-0 lead. And then later on, Miles Jackson would do it himself. Fast break, top shelf snipe in the left corner. See if we can pull that one up. I think this is it right here. It's Miles Jackson, after a couple touches, gets it from a couple of teammates, hops over a defender on a fast break. Watch the right shot. Boom, top left corner, right foot, seals it into the cage, over the head of Carls, the netminder, and that put the game on ice. That was the insurance goal and the icing on the cake to seal it for Fargo North. A 2-0 victory here in Grand Forks at Cushman Field. So that's how things went here tonight. Again, the Spartans victorious, Grand Forks Central yet to have a win this season in boys soccer. So that's all for us. For my cameraman, Jacob Lindemann, my name is Alex Carminati. Thank you so much for watching and listening to High School Boys Soccer, North Dakota Boys Soccer, High School Sports on KNOX Live Sports, on the Rivards Turf and Forge, Acme Equipment Sales Sports Network. I say so long from Cushman Field in Grand Forks. Next broadcast is going to be next week. We'll have some soccer and some football, also some volleyball starting up too. A lot going on when it comes to high school sports starting next week. All these schools start school either this week or next, and for our football coverage, that begins next Thursday and Friday. So we will talk to you next time on KNOX Live Sports. For now, so long.